Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Kruse Control. Thank you for being again on a Wednesday. Off the top, sad news always, but I want to go back a little bit because Sinead O'Connor died over the summer, I think it was, and the results came out of all her toxicology and everything like that, and she actually just died of natural causes. That's what they ended up saying at 56 years old. Definitely a legend in music, and it's really unfortunate we lost her, but natural causes. It happens, but at 56, there should be no natural causes to die at that young at this time of age. It just seems crazy to me. But somebody else too that just passed away, and this person I watched on a couple different programs, but Designated Survivor was the biggest one that I watched him on. But Don Canto, he was also a Mexican American actor who was in that the show The Cleaning Lady. He did 2 seasons of that. But on Designated Survivor, he played opposite of Kiefer Sutherland, playing what's the character of Aaron? Yeah, the character of Aaron on there. So. And he was there for the whole run. Of course, he got canceled. They went to Netflix. And he did the run over there, too. And honestly, he was a fantastic actor. And it's really sad to see that he passed away at 42 years old. And he was battling from cancer. He was just keeping it secret, wasn't saying anything. It was a private battle. That's what his family said. And unfortunately, lost him 42 years old. So RIP, you both. RIP. Hey, everybody, welcome back to Kruse Control. It is Wednesday, January 10th, 2023. Welcome to Kruse Control, the home of entertainment news. I am your host, as always, Brian Kruse. Welcome back, everybody. Happy hump day. And of course, if it's not a hump day, it wouldn't be the humpiest of hump it up days of all the week. We get to have a good time, hump it up with your best friends here on Kruse Control. Have a few, whatever you're having out there, your house, in your backyard, in your barbecue area, wherever you're at, in your hot tub. Have that, have a drink, join us. Don't drive anywhere, and then, we'll have a good time because it's hump day. It's hump day. But joining me back, as always, on my hump day edition is Miss Sabrina Vittori, my lovely co-host. Sabrina, welcome back to Kruse Control. How you doing tonight?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I am doing humpalicious. It feels very good.
Humpalicious. All right, I'll take it.
Humpalicious, humpalicious. That's what I'm saying.
Hi, Queen. Hi, GR.
What's up, GR? What's up, Queen? You have a good day today?
Camera's a little messed up. Me, did I have a good day? No, not really, actually. That was a weird day, and my boss has COVID, so that's a little alarming. I'm hoping that I don't catch that. So it was a weird day. It was a weird day. There was a weird tonal shift when we found that out, and everyone was just kind of like, So it was not my favorite, day. But
well, I hope he does okay, and I hope you're going to be okay, and everybody there too is safe, and nobody wants to get the Rona. It's not fun. All the love out there. All the love out there. But also joining us back, Sabrina, too. He's been stuck in a trunk for a long time, and we don't care. We'll let him out someday because honestly, he brings the jokes.
You don't even care. He's still having fun. I care deeply.
He seems very happy there. He seems very excited, and you know what? He's still a resident intellectual. So welcome back to Kruse Control, everybody, Mr. Mike Casey. Mike, how you doing? I care.
I was excited, but it doesn't seem like you care that much. Thank you, Sabrina.
Yes, you are welcome.
I'm all alone in a trunk, and apparently, nobody cares about me.
How you doing today?
Hi, Brian. I'm broadcasting live from my satellite phone that my captors have allowed me in the trunk. So it's great. I'm enjoying my trunk time like usual.
I mean, trunk time.
I negotiated that
day,
trunk
right?
for you.
Yeah, it's a good hump day. I'm not giving you a hard. Mike, we miss you. We love you.
Is the time to shine, is what I always say.
Yeah, well, shine away, Mike, as you will tonight. I know you will. You'll shine away. But someone else will probably shine away tonight, and you couldn't be here too because if it wasn't a Wednesday, he wouldn't. It's got to be a Wednesday. He's got to be here. That's the thing. I guess I don't know. I'll mess it up all night. Anyways, it's hump day. Welcome back, Mr. Sean Sullivan. Sean, welcome back to Kruse Control. How you doing tonight, man?
Hey, everybody. It's good to see you. I'm eating a brownie and ice cream because I'm an adult.
Oh, hell yeah.
And
I'm an adult.
I'm an adult, and I get to eat whatever I want and deal with it tomorrow. Super glad to be here.
That's the sad part about it, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. My metabolism is shot. I've got maybe about 5 years left on this kidney, and we'll see how it goes. But lovely to see everybody. Excited to get into the news with you and everybody else.
Amazing.
It's gonna be great. Happy to see you here too.
Yeah.
Happy that you're.
There's 6 beautiful kidneys right here.
Hi, Richard Tracy.
8 if you include Pepe.
Hey, what's up, Richard Tracy? And you seem like, ice cream seems good, that brownie ice cream, whatever's happening there. So live it up, man.
Great.
We're
doing great.
You got to enjoy your days. We have a friend who said that. I have a friend that says he's not here for a long time. He's here for a good time. And he definitely, he has a good time. That's all I'm saying.
Is your friend Drake? Was that Drake?
It was not Drake. Not Drake. Okay.
Some Canadian asshole like that, though.
Peppy, how you doing today? Doing good, man?
I'm
you feeling
twice
good?
as nice skating on ice.
Yeah, you are, man. Very good to see you.
It's pretty cold in LA, so I guess I'll take that answer.
Yeah. You having a good day? How you doing?
So happy to be here. And Sabrina, Sean, and Mike, let's go to work.
Oh, cool, man.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Gotta listen to Peppy.
Yeah, I mean.
Is it me?
Yeah, we do.
Hey, Pepe.
Zach is curious. Hi, Zach.
Pepe, would you give Sean a kidney if it really came to that?
That's a pretty name, Sean.
Avoiding the question.
Thank you.
I don't know what he's thinking. You got to be careful, right, Peps? Just, be nice to Sean.
What up, dog?
Yeah, but anyways, everybody, thank you for being here on our Hump Day edition of Kruse Control. Appreciate you as always. It's going to be a fun night. It's going to be great. A lot of stuff to talk about. We're going to talk about Echo just came out. Of course, we're going to cover that. We're going to talk about, I guess Scorsese has another movie coming out. Of course, he's working on this year. We got some news coming around the corner. I can't wait to talk about everything going down today. Of course, talking about Mandalorian as well tonight, too, because some stuff's happened with that as well. Can't wait to get into the news when it comes to everything. But happy to be here. Happy you're all here. And happy it's a Wednesday, because Wednesday is a great day of the week on Kruse Control, because it's the humpiest day of the humps of the Kruse Control Nation. That's all I can say. But of course, it doesn't matter though if it's a Wednesday, if it's a Monday, if it's a Friday, if it's a day we're not here. There's always a lot of breaking news. Come on. All right, the very first thing that I want to talk about is I want to talk about Amazon for a second, because Amazon, again, is laying people off again. Last year, they laid off like 25,000 people, and now they're talking about even more this year, and they're saying hundreds of workers will be laid off this year, according to an internal memo going around by SVP Mike Hopkins. And again, they're saying because cost cutting, better stuff, we'll be able to do more because, we're integrating, we're making things work with less people. Synergy. But you know what? Fuck you guys. It's synergy, but fuck you guys, because like Bezos will still have that I say rocket penis, and that rocket penis right there is worth like $800 billion. So I think you guys are fine. Maybe spread some of the wealth of these people and keep jobs open, because people need to work. Nope. People need to work. But he's not going to do that. No, he's not going to do that. He's just going to be like, fuck you guys, you're fired. And that's happening. Amazon will let people go, but also other shows like Max will also let programs go. And they have actually canceled Our Flag Means Death. So if you're a fan of this show, they've done 2 seasons over at Max, and now it is going to be gone. Taika Waititi, Bryce Darby is over there. And it's about some pirates just fucking kicking ass, comedic pirate show. And it's done pretty well over there. So I'm kind of surprised this is going away. But again, they're looking at like costs and just cutting. And this is what happens all the time. So if you love this and you want to see more, maybe it'll find a new home someplace else. Who knows? But, Bryce Darby, he's got other ideas. Bryce Darby, he's going to be like pretty much going, I might do some more Flight of the Conchords. That's his idea, because he says he's been thinking about it for a long time with the other guys. He played the band manager, and he's like, we're always coming up with ideas for this. And it's not set in stone right now, but when they're ready to go, he says there'll come a time when the world really, really needs it, and we will suddenly appear. So he's saying right now that he's ready for it for Flight of the Conchords. They did like 2 seasons before. Didn't have that long of a run for how popular it was. I'm just kind of surprised.
Superhero, like when the populace needs him, they will magically arrive.
Magically arrive. Just like, who else will do that? I'm like Ash from the Evil Dead. He'll pop up when everybody needs him. The Deadites come fucking in there and start killing people. Ash will appear. And I would hope this is real, but it's just fan shit going out there. But Evil Dead 4 has been rumored to be coming around with Bruce Campbell coming back. And this poster popped up called Army of the Darkness, the Return to Army of Darkness. And everyone's been going nuts about being like, oh, this means that Bruce Campbell's coming back. And the tagline, the logline is, they keep coming back for a piece of Ash, which I think is kind of creative and fun.
Hey, you got Bruce some nice Campbell friends there, Brian.
Yes, Uncle Al looks like Ash, and we call him Ash, and then he comes up to me one day and goes, you got some nice friends there, call me an ass. But yeah, it was Ash. Uncle Al was Ash.
Kruse Control did it first, everybody. We
did it first.
That road.
But this poster came out. It's a fan-made poster. Bruce Campbell already said he's done playing Ash. He said he'd only do it again if Sam Raimi directs something. They were doing Evil Dead Rising. They're going to do another one off that. Evil Dead Rise. They're doing a second one of that. And they're talking about doing a whole multiverse of Evil Dead movies, but not having Bruce Campbell come back. So I don't think it's going to happen. It would be great to see it happen. But honestly, I just don't think it's in the works for any time soon. Maybe in like 10 more years. That'd be cool. Hey, Lynn, our flag means that apparently is based on a true story. I did not know that. That's cool.
Pirates.
That's awesome. Unfortunately,
yes.
And you know what though? The gentlemen space pirates are coming back to everybody because the Orville out there. Everyone's talking about the Orville. It's been multiple years since we heard about them. Well, Seth MacFarlane came forward and said, all I can say is that is there no official death certificate for the Orville, but it's still with us. And I can't go any further than that at the moment. There are too many factors. But he's not shutting it down. He's not saying it's done. It's over. It's done. It's not canceled yet. They got to work out some stuff with Hulu. But I'm guessing it'll come back. It's a fun comedy. It doesn't cost that much probably make it. It was always fun seeing on the Fox lot all the aliens walk around too in the sets. And a lot of good friends have worked on there too. So I hope it keeps coming back. But another Star Trek type show. Well, actually, this is a Star Trek show, but a real Star Trek show, Star Trek Discovery, has been canceled. And we talked about this before that it was canceled. But now it came out that the casting crew had no idea that it was canceled. They finished the season and then they went home and then they got a call saying like, hey, the show's canceled. So Paramount at least came forward in CBS Studios and said, okay, guys, you can go back and shoot some more, told the creators to go back, give it a good ending. I don't know how many days they got. They haven't released that information, but enough to reshoot the ending, fix it so it's an actual send-off. And they're saying that it's the creators' actual like perfect ending for it. So I guess we'll see. I don't think it will be because honestly, anytime something gets cut short like that, you never get the perfect ending that you wanted to do. So that's just what it is. So I hope it gets something that's good to send off because they did do 5 seasons. It's a 5th season coming out, and I hope it does well for them. And I hope it's a good, Burnham gets a good send off. Hopefully, I mean, it costs $10 million an episode, so I understand why they might cancel it. So that's like Westworld money. So too bad it's gone. What if we got more? We don't know, but what if over at Marvel we do know that after 2 seasons, we're not really sure if we're getting more, but we do know that the creator is leaving the show. That's right. The creator, A.C. Bradley, who did the first season, the second season, wrote a bunch of scripts, executive producer, and overseer of the whole thing, is leaving the program after 2 seasons. And I wrote an X. He said, last what if. This is my last what if tweet. He said, as EP is my absolute favorite and marks my final what if script. Last season, too, I made a decision to move on from Marvel. It's been a fun ride, but it's time for new adventures and mediums. All my love to the cast, crew, and fans. Now, of course, this might be one of those things that AC does want to move on, but it also might be they want to change creative direction for it. I guess the second season, I don't know what the hell is happening. I know Sean was saying the same thing. We're talking about that a little bit. It's a little bit weird shit happened in the second season. The release dates were weird. Maybe they didn't have a lot of faith in it. Hopefully that if they do have somebody else, they fix whatever they think is wrong and make it go forward. Hopefully AC does find something very soon. But I would think this would do really well. But something that has done really well is The Last of Us. And The Last of Us has some casting news finally, because again, they're going to start shooting this year. And again, Pedro Pascal, he showed up at the Golden Globes with a bum arm. It was all broken and strapped up. But he said he will be able to shoot The Last of Us. That's not going to affect the schedule. He's going to also maybe shoot something else to talk about later. We'll see this year too. But they actually had some casting. Caitlin Dever is coming to play the character. Everyone's been asking who's going to be the main character, Abby, coming forward in the second season. She's a big game. So she is our new Abby. That's right. Caitlin Dever is our new Abby. And we also found out on top of this, we're getting our Jesse. And our Jesse is played by young Monzo too. And they cast him too. So these 2 characters are coming into The Last of Us. And of course, I guess in the actual game, which I haven't played the game, but I hear more and more about that. Abby is a very central part. It's like you choose both characters between Ellie and her. So it's like that's why you're finally everybody's wondering who the hell's going to play this part. So hopefully she does well. She's from Dope Sick. So I mean, I heard that's great too. So I heard the phenomenal acting on there. So I hope she does well for The Last of Us. And I think they will. Honestly, they've been really putting a lot of stock in this production. So it has to do well. But the ratings have been huge over there on Max for this. But something else that has been huge on Max, and the biggest original DC project according to James Gunn, is Peacemaker. And Peacemaker, everybody, it's coming back. We talked about score. Season 2 is happening. But the problem is with season 2 is first season was in the DCEU. I mean, we saw Aquaman, we saw Barry. He's like, fuck you, Barry. We got to see that, So how does this work with the new DCU? Well, James Gunn said, it goes, because it's my favorite thing to do, it's the biggest original Max product ever, I found a way in. And it won't be confusing. So James Gunn said it's going to work. Who knows what he's going to do? But I mean, the idea is, maybe those I don't know. It'll be interesting. Maybe they'll bring one of the characters to become something else. They got to find a good way. I'm excited to see how it works out because I love Peacemaker. I think we need to have like 5 or 6 seasons of this. John Cena, I think he found his golden fucking ticket into Hollywood doing this part, and I think it'll only cause his career to flow bigger and bigger and bigger. Maybe he'll eventually show up at the Golden Globes, but the Golden Globes did really well, everybody, because honestly, Golden Globes, big raise, 50% raise in streaming airing in ratings since last year. 50%. That's crazy. Like 9.4 million views. It was like 6.3, a little bit less than that. They're saying for last year, and of course, it switched over to CBS this year, so it's a whole different ball game. Trying to change the way that we talked about this on Monday. Trying to change the way they're actually deciding who wins the awards, how they come up with it, and actually, allow for more people to have opportunities on there because a lot of times people didn't. So the Golden Globes did great this time. They didn't need somebody to come on stage and assault somebody, slap them across the face to make this happen because assault doesn't help people. Assault doesn't help people. You can ask one person too, and that's ASAP Rocky, AP Rocky, because now he's up for trial for assault. That's right. Assault. Now, apparently ASAP or A-Money AP, I don't fucking call him, Rocky pleaded not guilty today to charges stemming from an allegation that he pulled a gun on a fellow rapper during a 2021 altercation in Hollywood and then fired at him. As soon as the two confrontations started happening, the guy was running away, he started firing at him. Now, this is allegedly. Now, I mean, if someone's firing a gun on Hollywood Boulevard, I would feel like that would be enough to be like, yeah, it's fucking happened, but whatever. So he's being charged with 2 counts of assault with a semi-automatic firearm. And he's saying the allegations are all false and he's innocent, and he remains on bond though right now, and he's able to be out. So that's the one thing. The trial is set to be maybe starting in September is the idea. So
it's Rihanna's baby daddy queen. That's who it is.
There you go. And ASAP Money is dealing with his court stuff, but
it's
also
ASAP Rocky.
No. I like Brian's version better. I like Brian.
So good,
Keep it. Never change, Brian.
I'm going to say ASAP Money. That's all I'm saying. Give me that money now, bitch. Give me that money. Let me out. As soon as possible, I want that money. And I want to be out, and he's out on bond. And somebody else is going to get my ass out ASAP was Keffe D. And now he finally got bail, everybody. Keffe D is being released on bail for $750,000 to let him go home, be house arrest. They're going to put a little bracelet on him and be like, hey, man, you got to stay inside forever. But of course, he's tied to the death of Tupac Shakur from back in 1996. And he says he didn't do it, but he had that memoir, told us a million times memoir. He's like, I did it. I ordered the shot. And he's like, it's falsity. That's not real. That's fabricated. But I said it. But whatever. Good luck, man. Court justice. But yeah, so he's be out in jail, house arrest for a long time. So hopefully it works out for him. He's probably happy to get out of there because he's been missing not being at home and not being with his Xbox toaster, because Xbox toaster is a thing right now, everybody. And if you haven't seen this, it's out there. Xbox Series 1 says toaster. You can buy it right now. Xbox has been branching into the I guess at home cooking utensils, appliances,
small appliances.
Oh my God! Okay, we'll talk about it in a second.
They have a mini fridge already. They have a mini fridge. There's another one. I see what Ty said, but now they have this mini fridge. Now they have an Xbox toaster for $39.99 at Walmart. So if you want your Xbox toaster,
that's a fucking good deal, man. I didn't realize it was that cheap.
And you have your money ASAP. Maybe you can get this Xbox toaster right now and go home with some X toast. That's all I can say, because it does put a little X in your toast when you actually cook it. So there you go. If you want that X toast, extra butter, X going to give it to you. Thank you, Xbox Series 1 style. A lot of breaking news, everybody. A lot of breaking news. What up, everybody in chat? Welcome, Ty Boogie. What's going on, man? But yeah, thank you all for being here. A lot of breaking news. A lot of toast news. A lot of court stuff all the time.
Toast news? Did
toast
you say?
news.
A lot of toast news.
Hey,
yeah, toast news.
That's a rapidly changing world we're in with toast. Yeah, so I'm not surprised.
Haven't had toast news in a long time, I gotta say, but a lot of breaking news. So now it's time. I put that man on the clock for everybody. Give what? What did they call? Hot takes.
Shit.
All right, now it's time for some hot takes, everybody. This is that time to put a minute on the clock. The bomb's out there. I light the fuse, and after a minute, the bomb blows up, and everybody has no time left to talk. But in that minute, to break down all of their hot takes for all the breaking news. I mean, all those segments we had like 13 today or something. I'm not sure how many seconds that is. I'll go to my second aficionado. I mean, the man of the hour, Sean. How many seconds is that?
It's 4.6, Brian.
4.6 seconds. Do you believe that's possible,
you,
Sean?
Calculator, Sean.
Not possible.
You believe that's possible, right?
You know how much time we had to do that calculation, Sabrina? Come on. It's very
I think you got
I didn't
it.
say you didn't use a calculator. I just said.
Oh no,
you're
I
the show's
absolutely did.
official Tier 1 calculator.
Yeah.
Texas Instruments.
This is that time, Sabrina. Of course, as my lovely co-host, you can decide who's going to go
Mike.
first. Oh, all right, Mike.
Thank you. Thank you.
Love it.
I want to hear the jokes
Good
he wrote.
I have audio clips that I've prepared for this.
I can't wait.
As to not screw
you're
it
good.
up off the bat immediately.
I'm going to tell you one thing, though, Mike. When you do the audio
Yeah.
clips, you stop the clock music. So that's the one thing that happens. So if the clock music stops.
Clock
A lot.
music. So
Yeah,
is that like
so
a problem at the end or a problem?
Well,
like
I mean,
can't
I
hear
saw
the ticking in the
there's
middle.
no suspense music though anymore. There's no suspense music. You don't have that anymore. So you just cut off your suspense
It stops it the whole
time. Yep, the music's gone.
Oh,
Why
so
are we
you're
waxing
saying-
poetic? I want the hot takes, Mike. Give
I'm
it to me.
telling-
What is
Right.
happening?
So
It's fine.
I spent a lot of today looking through the take
You can
the
use
hot
the clips,
takes from
man. I'm gonna start-
2023, and the main theme I found is that I just waste time before
You
it's
do?
my turn. Like
That's always
Yes.
been my claim.
Mike,
I just
yes.
push and
Yes.
push
It's a
and
fact.
push.
It's
a
very
fact.
clear. Very
I'm
clear.
ready to go. I'm brave. Let's
Okay.
do it.
So,
Go.
Mike,
It's gonna stop the music though. I'll tell
it's
you that
fine,
right
Mike.
now.
You stop the music. The clock's still going. The clock's still going. The ticking will still be there. But are you ready, Mike? I'm putting them in the clock. You ready?
Yeah, I got all
All right,
13
Mike.
ready to go right here. I can do
Hot
it.
takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
Reese Darby from Flight of the Conchords and Our Flag Means Death is a huge sci-fi nerd. Rumor has it he learned Klingon just so he could understand the first fucking episode of Star Trek Discovery. Kapla! That's Klingon for bye-bye Star Trek Discovery, but not for the Orville. Good, which is basically just Star Trek Next Generation now that they've given up on jokes. Last of Us, more like here's some more of us. Golden Globe views are up to 10 million. Only 90 million to go before you catch up to Piano Cats on YouTube. You're at 10% of that shit. Come on, guys, get some views. So the letter announcing massive layoffs at Amazon is just signed Mike.
Sorry, I didn't. My bad.
Xbox toaster. Psh, how about my Sega bidet? Nintendo blender, Ninblendo, Atari VCR, DC 78.
Damn it.
We'll see, DC. I won't see it.
Mike, you were so close. You were actually.
I'm gonna give it to him. I'm giving it to him. I got it.
The combo ones that I did
had
up
a-
front. Thank you.
You had a
I'm giving it in.
three-topic combo off the top, dude. That was impressive. Three-topic combo.
I had Lynn as a writer for me on these tonight. I gotta give him credit.
How did it feel, Mike? How did it
You
feel?
only missed five topics.
To get the lights and the confetti. I was
Three
just
topics.
editing this
Four
today. There were 13
Okay.
of them. I hit them one time. That's
You
the
missed
second
four?
out of
You
14.
missed four?
You missed
No,
four.
five.
And I didn't
Which
even
one?
do it,
Which
but I
one?
did get the confetti.
What?
I got
Ash
the
vs.
confetti.
Evil Dead, the creator of What If from Marvel leaving.
Bitch.
Also ASAP Rocky pulls the gun, and TPD is out on bail.
It's that money.
That's
That was
four.
five.
It's that money.
That was five.
That's
It
four.
felt really good though.
Oh, Peacemaker.
It felt
Peacemaker was
solid.
five. Peacemaker was five.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Peacemaker.
It's
He
all-
said Peacemaker at the end. He ended on Peacemaker.
I
Did
He did.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
he did.
sorry.
He ended
Then
Peacemaker.
I stand corrected. I thought he
will
missed.
see it.
I was dotting them off because I was like, oh my god, he's gonna make it. Like I literally was like checking the boxes. I was like, he's gonna do it. And then
Why
I
are
was
you
like,
doubting the math guy? What the
Oh,
fuck?
you're right. You're right. I'm sorry. You're right.
Lynn
Wait,
said
Down the
hold
math
on,
guy.
Brian. Can
Lynn
we
said she doesn't
can we
want
swear
credit.
anymore now that we've got X amount of subscribers?
Yeah,
Can we
just,
not be
you know,
swearing?
just-
What are you talking about? This is all handshakes and
Don't
hugs.
be aggressive.
I think it's not
Yeah,
the first
yeah,
time
Be
we're
we
still
got-
aggressive
swearing.
with it? Okay.
We're
Okay.
still swearing. We
As
just can't swear in the
long as
first
everybody
second.
knew Piano Cat.
First 7 seconds, you can't swear. which
First
is always
7
Brian,
seconds,
so
you
we're
can't
fine.
swear. And
I like
we're not
that.
showing
I like
pornographic
that, Lynn.
material.
That's smart. That's smart.
No, those dumb ones are Mike, by the way. No, what are you,
presumably
Joe
there were
Coy?
good ones.
The jokes you're laughing at were mine. Everyone else is the writers.
It's not wrong.
So Sabrina, who's going next in the hot takes? Mike did very well today. I almost felt like he got it, but he didn't get everybody. I'm sorry, but you can still vote for Mike in the poll today if you want Mike to be the winner of the hot takes. You can still do it if you want. But Sabrina, who's going to go
Honestly,
next?
I'd give him the win right now. That was flawless.
Sabrina's muted.
I've never seen anyone take three
Sabrina's
or
muted.
4 topics and make it one joke. That was hilarious.
We can't hear you, Sabrina.
Yeah.
How about
We
now?
can't hear you. There we go. Yeah,
Oh,
there we
She
go.
was just doing the echo segment too early.
Yeah, it's true. This is not
Anyway.
because that happens. Sabrina, this is for you. This is for you now, Sabrina.
Oh Lord.
Who goes next, Sabrina?
I'm gonna go. You know
You're
why?
gonna go next.
Because Mike was so
Wow.
amazing that I'm not gonna win. So I'm gonna sandwich myself in the middle of the mathematician and the resident intellectual, if you will.
Oh, well, there you go.
It's a very smart sandwich we're about to consume. Everybody, get ready.
It's a very
Get into
smart
it.
sandwich. All right, Sabrina. The question is then: are you ready for your hot takes?
I don't know, Mike. Really, I'm a little bit bewildered. So I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what happens.
It's gonna be fun. Here we go. Hot takes in 3, 2, 1.
Jeff Bezos has more money than literally anybody, so I think it's fucked up that he's laying off anyone. It's stupid. Our flag means death. I didn't know anything about it, but Taika Waititi does vampire movies, pirate movies, or shows, whatever, freaking superhero shit. What don't you do? War stuff? I mean, crazy. Flight of the Conchords I never got into, but I know it's a cult classic. Evil Dead. Queen mentioned the show Ash vs. Evil Dead. My favorite installment, actually, to be perfectly honest. So I'm super excited about that. The Orville I never really got into. Star Trek I never really got into. So, I mean, I don't really care how either of those go. It doesn't really matter to me, unfortunately. The What If creator, that was the most ridiculous show that I've ever seen, and I hate it, so I don't really care. The Last of Us is great. I'm welcome new cast members. Peacemaker, of course, you need to fit in the new universe because you're amazing. Golden Globes actually kind of sucked to me. ASAP Rocky and Keffe D both out on bail. Great, good for you guys. Don't be assholes next time. You won't have to be out on bail. And an Xbox toaster. I'm gonna go with Zach on this one. I've always wanted an unchosen sprinkle in my toast. Boom.
Boom. Boom goes the dynamite, everybody. And Sabrina got it. There we go. Give it a pop and skip and
You can't beat
stance.
Mike though, so it doesn't matter.
I mean, you can. It's up to the audience fans out there to see who wins this, Sabrina. I'm still giving it all.
Wah. As
Yeah,
long as
I'm giving
Peaches
it all.
doesn't win, I'm happy.
Does it feel good? Does it feel good, Sabrina?
No, I know for sure that Sega Bidet wins the hot takes for sure. Here we go, Agent Chilla coming in hot. Exactly. When you said Sega Bidet, I was like, well, the game is over. That's it. We're done. I'm just gonna
Sega Bidet.
head out. I'll see you guys next week.
Oh boy.
Nintendo Blender.
Sean got a haircut
that was
too.
also very exciting.
They did.
Yeah, Sean got a haircut.
Hey, thanks for noticing, Brian.
Yeah,
Yes, that's the thing. Also, hi, Agent Chilla.
What's up, H Chinchilla? Okay, Sean. Now it's down to you. You're
Yeah.
the last one standing. The
Let's
last
fucking do
one
it.
out there. You feeling good?
All right.
By
Said fuck
default.
again.
By default, you're last.
All right, let's do it. Let's go.
Here we go. Start
Yeah.
the timer. Hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
Wow, the sky is blue. Thank you, Amazon, for letting me know that you're a giant piece of shit again. Our
Yep.
flag means death. Cancel it, Max. Season 1 was much better than Season 2. They probably should have just kept it as a limited series. Flight of the Conchords reunion, not in my lifetime. It was a great show. Let it be. Evil Dead 4 coming? I don't think so. I really liked Evil Dead Rise. I hope if they do something again, it kind of builds off of that. The way that they kind of let that open was good. Orville not done. That started at Fox. It was a comic book series too for a little bit. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I agree with Mike that it got better when they stopped telling jokes. Yeah. Well, Star Trek Discovery, didn't watch it, sorry. What if creator leaves the show? What if season 2 had like 2 good episodes, 2 or 3? So great. Time for somebody else. Last of Us casting updates. That's a huge casting news. Abby is a big part of Last of Us lore. I can talk about it more. Peacemaker, thank God that's going to be in there. But of course, James Gunn's wife needs a job. Golden Globe rating up 50%. Not due to that host. Rapper ASAP Rocky. Sorry, buddy. You're probably up. I fucked up. I missed it. I didn't do it. I let my
you
people
did.
down.
You did.
I
Oh,
think-
that's
I-
toaster?
Xbox toaster, boom.
Oh,
Here's the thing about the
we had one
Xbox
for
toaster.
that.
Here's the thing about the
Oh,
Xbox
yay, I'm not the
toaster.
only one.
Here's the thing about the Xbox toaster. All right, it was all a meme. It was all a joke, right? When the new PlayStation dropped and the new Xbox dropped, they're like, "Oh, these look like a mini fridge. These look like whatever." And they're like, "Oh shit, they really do." And then they made them that product to kind of be like, "Hey, someone will buy it if our logo's on it." And it did, because video game nerds are a stupid bunch. So there you go. That's it. That's what I was gonna say.
Well, I think you still did great
failed.
though over there. I think
I did okay.
You still did.
Thank you, GR. You're right. I am slipping. It's probably because of the haircut, and I just consumed way too much brownie and chubby hubby. But here we go. This is just
And
my life.
chubby hubby.
My life.
Chubby
And
It's
shall
Hubby
become
brownie?
you.
That's like problematic. There's enough in Chubby Hubby going on already, Sean.
Is there brownie in it? There's not. That's why you
I
put
don't
it
know
on
there's brownie in it.
brownie.
Fair point.
There
A
you go.
spoof can't get sued as long as there's a certain percent of difference. Who was that to just ask that? How did they not get sued? Richard
Parody
Tracy.
law is strong.
Yeah, you could do a parody to a certain. There has to just be a percentage of difference, and you're fine. So
No.
that's
Mike,
how that
you
happens.
absolutely nailed it on your take with the Orville, though. Like when it stopped just being Seth MacFarlane joke-a-thon, like I really started enjoying it, and I thought
Yeah.
they had some good.
It
They had
was
like
just
some
good.
good
It was just
episodes.
good Star Trek.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. It was
It
like, oh
became a
shit,
good
these
show.
guys.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, these guys took all the good things from Star Trek and took it away from Seth MacFarlane. It was fine. I was fine with that.
One of my
But,
friends works on that show, and they're so nice over there, and they have like awesome freaking like perks and stuff, and like I hope it goes on forever for that purpose. The crew really gets taken care of, which is not super normal on set. So that's
Yeah.
I hope
Cool.
it comes
Something
back.
worth
And it sounds
mentioning.
like they're fighting for it to come back as opposed to just letting it die off. Because it could easily just be like, we're done, especially after this long hiatus since the last season. But it sounds like it's coming back. I hope it does again. There's a lot of good sci-fi there. And you know what? Star Trek Discovery, unfortunately, it had to go,
I don't know. What was
unfortunate.
there, like 12 years in between Incredibles movies? I think
Yeah,
we
it's
can
true.
we can survive a little bit longer between Orville seasons,
There's
that'd be
regularly
fine.
like 2 years in between these giant shows. Like anyway, you know what I mean? Like Mandalorian and like they because it's just such a huge production. So like it's almost become like normal to have to wait that long.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
Just wait. It's the TV days. It's like TVs have become movies. TV shows have become movies pretty much. It's just weird how that's happened, but
Yeah, on that,
it's
or
great
is that a
content.
joke?
What's the joke? Norm Macdonald.
Norm Macdonald was a star.
Yeah, he was.
He was. Yeah, he
He
was.
was?
Yeah. He passed.
what
He was
is-
the
what is-
blob guy.
He
The
was a
blob character.
giant gelatinous blob, and yeah, it was fun.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
But yeah, it's great.
thank you.
Thank you. But a lot of good breaking news, a lot of
Never
great
joking.
hot takes, everybody. I'm so happy you guys kicked some ass today. I have to chat right now. I got a poll running right now. Remind me later about to check on it because I forget all the freaking time, and we'll find out who
You literally
wins the
never
hot
mention
takes.
it.
I do mention
He
it. I
actually
do
does.
mention
He
it.
does pretty.
I
He
do.
does pretty good at it.
No,
Yeah.
he doesn't.
Come on. Yes,
Yeah,
I
he
do.
does. You weren't here last week. He definitely mentioned it.
I wasn't there one day last week. Like rein it in.
Anyways, great hot takes,
I'm just
everybody.
saying, there's
A lot of
evidence.
stuff going down today. A lot of stuff been going down in the news yesterday and today since we've been back on Monday. Happy to get into it. There's a lot to talk about. So now it's time, everybody, to get into it. Come on. Doesn't that go? We're haunted again, everybody. Welcome back. So the very first thing I want to talk about, we're getting into it. The very first thing I want to talk about is Martin Scorsese, or Scorsese, however you want to say it. But yeah, I guess he goes by Scorsese. I still don't understand, but he's going to direct a new Jesus movie. That's right. His next project next year, he's shooting right off the bat will be about Jesus. And it's something that he's shooting in 2024. He's been wanting to do this for a while, a screenplay that he actually wrote and will be directing, collaborating with critic Kent Jones to make this project move forward. And it came down to when he actually was meeting with the Pope recently, and he got this inspiration from their project to go forward. But he's saying that he's swimming with inspiration right now in regards to the final product and how it will turn out. And of course, it would be based off a 1973 novel. So it's based off a novel called The Present Day and Focus on Jesus. So it's gonna be present day, be focusing on Jesus, and he's gonna be finding out how people relate to Jesus now and having some stuff in the past, but mostly in present day of Jesus's core teachings in a way that explores the principles but doesn't cause any kind of problem. So it's about his principles, how they affect people today. It's kind of like a documentary, but not a documentary, but also a movie. So he's playing with some kind of gray area, and he's going to be a part of it as well. He's also going to act in it too. So my question, though, you hear about this, largely focused in the present. That seemed weird right away. I mean, he did the Passion of the Christ was Mel Gibson did, but he did what was the one with oh God, I'm blanking on now. But Scorsese did direct a Jesus movie before with Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
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 The Blast.
Temptation, right? Temptation.
Yeah,
of the
Temptation of Christ. I was like,
whatever.
Passion of Christ in my head, Temptation of Christ.
Nope.
So he did that, and now he's going to do this. But that was more of a cut and dry thing. I think he's a great person to do this. Like again, like Scorsese's an awesome director, phenomenal writer. I think that they say it's be 90 minutes long, which is kind of crazy to me, or 80 or 90 minutes. He said, which is like really short for a movie that he would do. So I'm shocked about that too. But interesting enough, my question to the group right now is, so we're doing a Jesus movie. It's got to be Leo, right? Is Leo playing Jesus right now? Leonardo DiCaprio, Jesus Christ superstar?
It's
is that
him
what's
or
happening?
De Niro, right? That's it.
It could be De Niro. Yeah, I mean, De Niro is
De Niro
like
him. That's it.
De Niro's going to play his father. He'll be God.
It could
He'll
be
be
He'll
God.
be God.
He'll be
You mean
Joseph.
God?
Joseph. He'll be our Joseph, baby. and he's going to get into it. Could be Pacino. But to me, it's like, it doesn't also make sense. He's going off all these bloody horror, like the killing people. Like again, they have them. Kills Flower Moon is a historical movie. This is kind of a historical movie as well. But this doesn't. I mean, I can see him doing it, but it doesn't make sense to me. Like, what do you think? It's fantasy. Sean, do you think this makes sense for Scorsese's next movie after Killers of the Flower Moon? And do you think he's going to cast like his friends, or will he find an unknown to play Jesus? Because I just my mind keeps going to DiCaprio. I'm like, we got to have DiCaprio Chrysler now.
No, I think we give it back to Caviezel, Jim Caviezel, initials JC, Jesus Christ, initials JC. Coincidence? I'm just saying it should be Jim Caviezel. Anytime you have Jesus in a movie, it's got to be Jim Caviezel. Marty can do whatever the fuck he wants. If he wants to do a modern take on Jesus, go for it, big guy. Someone's gonna pay you buku bucks to bring about that vision. I don't give a fuck. I don't think we need to tell any more stories about this.
And they are doing Passion of the Christ 2 and 3 as well, Sean, too.
Well,
with Jim.
that's a passion project, obviously. So no, Jim Caviezel should be Jesus everywhere. Yeah, give me like a Goodfellas and Jesus like meets, right? I want to see that movie. How did Jesus do taxes? That's what I want to see, that movie. I'm very consistent on my takes with movies and stuff, but no, it's Marty Scorsese. So whatever the fuck he wants to do, and he's got to get half of the movie underwritten by Vatican City or something. Why not? But no, why do we need this movie? I don't care. It's Scorsese, so it's gonna sell. Go for
it will sell. I'm surprised it's like 80 or 90 minutes too. It's also kind of shocking for something like him, but it does sound like a different kind of format movie too. It doesn't sound like it's your standard.
What if he does it all in found footage style? Now that'd be crazy, because who had cameras back then? But no, I don't know. It's all stone tablets. Who knows? I'm just making jokes. Just move on and get me off the camera. How about that?
Those were MP2 files carved into.
There you go.
All right, Mr. Casey, I know you have a degree in religious studies.
That's true.
So, do you think that do you think that Marty is the man for this? Do you think he has a vision? And do you think that Jesus has a story that has not been told nowadays that someone like Scorsese can actually make happen?
I think Sean has a strong point when he says he's envisioning Goodfellas in the Temptation of Christ. Like it just seems to me like the Italian, like it's a Sunday, like after church, like you're stirring some pasta sauce. It's food oriented. Like you switch that for pork sausage, and then you're like Polish background. Like I just see it. I can smell the kitchen right now, Sean. What, Brian? You're saying that he's getting? It sounds like he's trying to show some core values of Christ. Like I think it's easy to see what he's trying to do, which is that. I mean, I don't think it's controversial to say that a lot of people that claim Jesus by name, like that say they're part of the club, aren't exactly sharing those values. So I would suspect that maybe that's what he's trying to highlight, because he's old and presumably he DG AF, if he ever gave AF at all.
No, he didn't. Nah.
Yeah.
Here's can you see Leo being Jesus? Look at these are all the Leo Jesus pictures I could find.
Yeah, I love to play around with AI, like
some AI shit, man. Yeah.
Making visuals like this, it's super fun. Can I see Leo up on the? He's old, man. He's older than 33. I think
doesn't matter, man. He's
could come back, like Sean says. But you know what? he doesn't want to get hit by lightning for like a third time, man. He's done with that.
But like I said, he is coming back. He's shooting back to back Passion of the Christ 2 and 3. So those movies are happening with Jim.
Going to be so maybe because it may not be so much like that. He was like portraying like one of the many messiahs that humanity has claimed over the years, so much as it was that we put him up on a pole on a hill in the middle of a plain during a thunderstorm, like that. I don't want to make any mystical claims here, but
yeah. So Mike, you don't see this being the dynamic he's done before, Leo and him. You think it'll be something different though, different people, and you think
it would be great. Why not? I mean, you can young him up. You can give him the Star Wars
treatment, the Irishman treatment. Yeah,
the Irishman. Exactly.
He's done it before.
Scorsese already did it. Why not? He's got that beatific, beautiful face. Actually, you know what? Fuck Leo. Bring me in. Bring me in, Marty. I'm ready to go, dude.
Make it happen.
I'll grow it out.
For
My
Mike.
hair is as luscious as it ever was.
That's your dream role, Jesus? Really?
That's my life every day.
Oh,
Sabrina,
man.
What about you? You think that Scorsese?
Talk about memories. Mike used to envision, embolden whatever Jesus looked like. That was his style in college. It was the Jesus. That's it.
Yeah, there was one time where he came to. There was one time where he came to my house, and my cousin was sleeping on the couch downstairs. And Mike comes sprinting downstairs and come talk to me, right? And he leans over the couch thinking it's me. And my cousin opens his eyes like, "Oh my God, Jesus!" And Mike's like, and then he got up and fucking ran out of the house. And he's like, "Jesus Christ is in the basement!" And he never came back. He never came back.
He's gone.
He's a weird. Honestly, I have not seen him since that day. He's a little. I love him. He's a little weird though. Family, friend of the show, whatever, but he lost him that day. He's out there somewhere.
You haven't seen him in 74 years, and you're like friend of the show. Don't worry, we're not alien.
We're not that old. Sabrina. Come on.
I'm exaggerating, but he had said college. I mean, that was not like yesterday. Like, let's be real.
It was
Sabrina,
close enough yesterday. Thank you, Sabrina. Yeah.
No, it wasn't. Brownie Sunday, fucking chubby hubby. I don't want to fucking hear it.
What?
Chubby hubby.
Chubby hubby butt?
You become chubby hubby.
He said. He said he was drinking. He was eating a brownie with chubby hubby on top.
I would not say chubby hubby, but you know.
That was Sabrina, the type of ice cream. It's Ben and Jerry's. Fuck nut. I didn't make it up.
It's fine ice cream. There's nothing wrong with that.
Whoa! Oh shit!
Brian said I'm calling chubby hubby.
That's fine.
What do you think,
Sabrina? Thank you.
I wasn't calling you that though. Fuck you guys, all of you.
You son of a bitch with that nougat core. Anyway,
you done lost your mind.
Sabrina, what do you think about this? Do you want to see, a Jesus Christ movie, with Marty directing it? And do you think that he would bring his boy Leo in? Because that's what I'm thinking is going to happen. I think Leo, pop him in there, make it happen, Oscar worthy.
I mean, I'm fairly certain that if he's doing a movie, Leonardo DiCaprio will be there in some capacity. What that capacity is, I don't know, but he's not going to not be there. Let's be clear. So yeah, no, I don't. It's the only Martin Scorsese movie that I haven't seen is the Jesus movie that he did already. So I personally, it's weird that they say it's placed in present day. Like that gives me like a light bit of intrigue. Like maybe I would watch it, but I also, as Richard Tracy and Queen was saying that, I was raised Catholic. I went to Catholic school until like 4th grade, and then I went to Catholic college before grad school. So I tried the Catholic thing many times. Unfortunately, it just doesn't really resonate for me. It doesn't work out for me. It's just not my thing. I don't hate on it. Everyone, I think, should believe, what they believe in, and if something gives you faith or hope or whatever, like all the more power to you. I tend to go towards a Buddhist situation because it's a philosophy as opposed to religion. It's not faith. It's a philosophy. It's like you are this, you are that. You can everyone can be a god, and it's not you're a speck of dust, but which we are all. It's a fucking universe. Like I don't know. I'm a spiritual person, but I don't really have a spirituality. So I didn't never saw Passion of the Christ. I never watched the 10 Commandments. I'm not a religious movie type of person. I feel like it's like slightly propaganda based, and also like The religious movie I did watch was Dogma, and it was fucking hilarious. Thank you, Jay and Silent Bob.
Dogma's awesome.
Buddy Christ.
So like it's
Buddy Christ,
I just feel like I don't feel like if you were like the problem with me about Catholicism is like they're like you need to go to church, and then when you go to church you need to give this amount of money if you make this amount of money, and I'm like, Jesus don't care how many monies I give. Like if I want to keep my monies in my pocket because I don't have a lot of monies, I'm allowed to go to church and keep my monies. Like it just turned into a business, and I don't really appreciate that. I don't appreciate a lot of the controversy either, and like I don't think religion should be that way. So if I want to have a relationship with God or whatever I believe, I can do that from my living room. I don't need to go to church and get told how much I should be doing for the church, because the church ain't doing shit for Jesus, to be clear. They're just an organization where people get to show up and feel like they're being spiritual. And to Mike's point, I think maybe it was Sean. I'm sorry if I screwed this up. But saying that like a lot of people who practice religion are people who are, not really practicing religion. Like the people in the front row are doing all the fucked up shit, and they're there every Sunday to make sure that they confess so that they can go to heaven if they die while they're doing the next fucked up thing that they're about to do. So, and I'm not saying that there's not good people. Like Brian's parents are very lovely, wonderful churchgoers. There's a lot of people that are amazing.
Shout out to Marley and Dean.
I'm not saying everyone who goes to church is a bad person, but there are a lot of bad people that absolve themselves of their sins by going to confession, and they're like, it doesn't matter. I could do it. I could get a clean soul on Sunday, and it's fine.
That's why it's so good. You can do whatever.
No, it's great. It's great.
Hey man, be a dick and then just fucking repent.
In Buddhism, everything is okay. Everything's okay in moderation. Moderation. You can do everything in moderation, except for murder. Obviously, there's no moderation in murder.
Yeah, there's no murder. Yeah.
It's not so black and white. You know what I mean? Like it's literally
murder.
But
murder is not for the show.
You could be like, I killed 7 people, and I threw a baby in a trunk while I was robbing a car, and then I screwed someone on the way home, and my wife doesn't know. They're like, say 7 Hail Marys. 7 Hail Marys and two our fathers, and we're gonna be good. Thank you. I'm like, I don't think that's how it works. Yeah.
So sorry you didn't see Passion of the Christ. It was one of the best snuff films ever to go with my high school youth group. Ever see it? It was great.
Oh, good. High school youth group. That sounds like something I need to do.
Yeah, it was great snuff film, just in the public. Number 2. If they do the Jesus in the 90s style, I want it to be like Romeo and Juliet from the 90s.
That'd be cool.
That?
Yeah, it was a great movie.
That kind of shit was crazy.
This is my sword, and it was a gun.
I don't think that's a Scorsese.
You had Jamie Kennedy flashing guns, and it was all.
Oh, wasn't that shit?
Yeah. I feel like it might be more like a Bruce Almighty type of thing, kind of.
Oh, like wasn't that shit? Good memory. Brian,
something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, Brian. Which of the organized religions do you hate the most?
I don't hate religion. I don't hate religion.
I just think that
you're not paying attention, Brian.
I know. Sometimes it becomes problematic for people. It causes big divides and big hate between people. And I don't think anybody hates it. We're not saying we're hating different religions. I'm saying we're in very different situations that people find themselves in, depending upon their beliefs.
Sorry.
I just think that like certain people have problematic relationships with religion, very problematic, and things happen that they can't take back because they go a different route when they go to a different church. Their other church hates them. And the one person I think that comes to my mind that probably has the biggest problem with Jesus Christ is Tom Cruise, because Tom Cruise is coming back, everybody, but he's coming back. He found his way a different way. He did. But Tom Cruise right now
I can't.
Just signed a new contract with Warner Brothers. Now, what's this mean? You might ask yourself. Well, Tom Cruise is going to start partnering with Warner Brothers. Now, it's not an exclusive contract. He still has a deal with Paramount right now. He's going to finish Mission Impossible movies up. He's got a deal with Universal as well right now, where he's doing his very first all-in-space movie. They'll be shooting that too. So that's still happening. So he's got those projects, but I can't wait to see that. All in space. Tom, bring me. Need me? You need somebody to W? I'm right there. Let's do it. But also, Tom Cruise has this Warner Brothers thing that just kind of worked out. Zaslav has been trying to get him apparently for a long time, and he says that he's going to bring back legacy to Warner Brothers. He needs someone with the caliber of actor as Tom Cruise to be that person, to be spearheading all these big movies, new franchises moving forward. And right now, he signed this contract to create, direct, be involved in, act, all this across the board for a bunch of different projects for Warner Brothers. So what will that mean? We'll have to wait and see what those projects will be. He actually has his own office, a little bungalow at the Burbank Lock right now. So he's got his own little studio there, his own little space, his little spot, and he'll be working hands-on with all of Warner Brothers to make new projects move forward. And they're very excited about it. That's great. But here's what I'd say. So Tom Cruise, Warner Brothers, big merger, if you ask me, big talent attached to the studio. There was a rumor a long time ago, about 5 months ago, where Tom Cruise signed a contract to be Green Lantern. So here's what I say. This is just writing on the wall that Tom Cruise is coming into the DCU. I think he's going to be hired as somebody. Maybe it'll be Green Lantern, but I'm going to say this right now. This is what I'm saying to everybody out here. I want him as Batman. I want him as Batman. Give me Tom Cruise as Batman. I want Bat Cruise. Cruise. Put him in there for Brave and the Bold. You need an older Batman. Maybe if it's a big thing, could you see Warner Brothers actually going this route and being like, we have Tom Cruise now. Maybe he could be our Batman. Or maybe the Green Lantern thing's real. And this is just what happened because he was going to do this movie anyway. So like, I will now spearhead all of these Green Lantern movies and all these other projects and spinoff, and I want to be involved with DCU. But James Gunn would be upset about that, I think. I think he would. Sabrina, what do you think? Do you think that Tom Cruise could be coming in because of an agreement like that, a movie like being involved with the DCU? Or do you think there's nothing on the wall right now and they're just trying something? They're hoping that Tom Cruise can save Warner Brothers. It's not doing that well right now. So it's a problem. It's a problem.
I'm glad you went to me first because I could give 9 fucks less about any of this fucking bullshit. Tom Cruise, everyone knows, not my favorite actor. Also, Warner Brothers, definitely not my favorite fucking studio. As a matter of fact, any studio is not my favorite studio after what they did to us during the fucking strike. So, oh wow, nice photo. Actually, after seeing that, I kind of wish he would. No, I'm just kidding. I don't care. I just, I don't know. I know Tom Cruise is like, I don't hate it either. Tom Cruise is like very, very hands-on. He is not like the type of person who's gonna like allow other people to steer the ship. So I see that being a big problem in the DC universe with James Gunn. So I just don't actually see it happening for that reason. But also, full disclosure, don't give a fuck. So congratulations. That's my take.
I will say though, I got this imagery here, fan art again. Come on. Tom Cruise is Batman, everybody. God. Come on, Tom Cruise is Batman.
The Batman was terrible. The other one was better. The other one was way better.
I was saying.
The Green Lantern one was
I don't know.
better.
I think I see him more. I see him more as Aquaman.
Aquaman, really?
Yeah. Well, he fucks fish.
A gay fish.
So
shit.
It's that rumor. That was a rumor joke.
That blind item shit. It may be real. That's what
you never know. I think Tom Cruise with WB. I think that's a nice little turn for bringing back some of the prestige of Hollywood, if you want to call it that. Makes you think of the terrible lock that the studios had on Cary Grant and all those kind of people, and exploiting the fuck out of them, and they didn't make millions. They were beholden to the studios and all that shit. So maybe we do need to return to that lifestyle. They could pay in food and script, and get a WB chocolate bar for your lunch break or some shit. If he's gonna go in WB, I don't see how he factors into James Gunn's stuff. If he does, I think James Gunn has been given a lot of freedom and control in this one, and the studio actually would act like a studio if they were mandating, hey, Tom Cruise is here and he's going to be this guy in your new movie. I don't know if he would really what James Gunn could do to that. But I think
James Gunn would hate it.
James Gunn would be like, no, that's a hard no.
Of course he would hate it, but but like studios be studio, and that's they do like wasabi. Maybe they think that's going to happen, but the ship hasn't completely sailed for this guy to retake his career and do something new with it. Why not? That's probably one of the big what ifs of cinematic superhero movies, especially, is not seeing him as Iron Man. When that was kind of fabled in the late 80s, early 90s. So
what if the new season of What If with Tom Cruise as Green Lantern on the cartoon? What?
Well, you can't do that though.
DC. I'm sorry.
You can't do that. What if it's Marvel?
As soon as it left my mouth, I put it back in. I'm sorry, but you said What If, and it was like, oh,
nothing. Have I told you nothing?
I was trying to combo it like Mike. I'm sorry, I got excited. And literally, as soon as okay, you know what? You're not even letting me fucking explain the fact that I did it and then I took it back. You're screaming at me.
I'm sorry for screaming.
Your sugar level is obviously at a 75. You need to rein it in.
True.
You're going to have to take down the brownie intake and no more ice cream for the rest of the night, please.
Can't do it.
Nope.
You're damn right.
I have a pint next to
a whole glass of whole milk to chase it down. I'm sugared up.
Lay off the whole milk.
I just think that
Sean,
this DC thing. This DC thing might actually mess up any chance of seeing
Let's see
Tom
how
Cruise
old he
in
is.
Marvel. I feel like at this point, if he's going to DC, big contract to DC, and with Warner Brothers in general, I think that will lead for him going into the DC and eventually having a character of some sort. Because if they're putting that much stock into him, I feel like that's the route they're going to go with him. Because it's Tom Cruise. Mike, what do you think? Cruise in there. Will he be
61.
DCU?
He's 61, by the way.
He's 61 years old. Do you think he'd do a DCU thing, or is this going to be a different phase in Tom Cruise's career? He's signed with them for the dramatic roles, maybe. Maybe they're going to have some serious dramas that are going to come forward where Tom Cruise will be back acting his ass off, bringing those chops back, maybe running less, and having a whole different career under Warner Brothers. How do you feel about this?
So what? You think that it's just a rumor that he's going to play one of these big
It could
characters, and he's
It could
actually
be.
going to be more of a puppet master or like a old guy kind of man in the chair kind of scenario?
Well, he's definitely going to be he's definitely acting and producing and creating along with them. So they didn't say beyond that, but these are other rumored parts that have come up along the way.
Yeah, so Brian, I make a lot of goof 'em ups. I make a lot of jokes about doing the whole like youthify him, make him young his ass up, babyfy him, like, and that's a joke. But also, if the thing is that the capital machine is if Tom Cruise's name is putting asses in seats, then who cares? Do whatever you need to do to his ass digitally. Like it really doesn't matter. Like we clearly as a viewing public enjoy the performances that this guy is putting on. Show me the money. Exactly, Brian. You did that with cause. You had a reason, and I can see it made sense. So yeah, like I like honestly, even as an athletic character, as a younger character, like I don't care. It doesn't bother me as a part of the movie going public to see an older actor being put in a younger role, even if they do a combo like, oh, he's got to do some acrobatic shit, so they do some partial CG in there. As long as it looks good, like it really doesn't bother me in terms of my imagination, my suspension of disbelief to be like, oh, like he's got a dumb haircut and he's 65. Like I don't care about that as long as the visual. Hey,
61 man.
Like, yeah, that's 61 is 65. To me, to 39-year-old me, maybe it'll feel differently in the future, but no, I hope he gets a good role. I'm about it. I think that this is something that they should be doing, and kind of like if you're a traded company, it's kind of negligent to not be doing anything that you can be doing to put asses in seats.
Yeah, and Tom Cruise has put asses in seats for a long time. Yes, Bria?
Zach Brian, can you answer that? I'll answer it for you if you don't want to.
Why do you even think
it's happening anyway? It's happening anyway.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I think that it could be dramas. It could be something different because Tom Cruise said that after the Mission Impossibles, he was going to move on to less action stuff. But then again, he also said that he would love to be like Harrison Ford and still do like a movie like Indiana Jones and still be doing that kind of action stuff too. But there have been rumors back and forth about him going to drama. There has been too.
When he did Top Gun, whatever new one,
Maverick,
whatever it's called, Billionaire. He was literally standing on a fucking plane as it flew. Like I don't think he's not gonna stop doing this shit. That's not who he is. Like that's his happy place. That's his wheelhouse. He drove that motorcycle over the fucking cliff in the new Mission Impossible. Like that is who he is. He's 61, but you know what? That motherfucker does not give a fuck, and he's going out there and he's doing whatever he wants to do. I respect that. Also, to Richard Tracy, the Scientology thing is super fucking weird. I 100% agree with you.
Leave Xenu alone.
Weird... Who? What?
Friend of the show. Friend of the show. Friend of the show.
Xenu?
Friend of the show.
Xenu is not a friend of the show. Xenu can fuck
Don't
themselves.
fuck with Xenu, guys. Come on.
Don't fuck with Xenu. Those
I'll
spirits
see you
will
outside,
get you.
Xenu.
You wait.
Fuck around. DMX me will be out
Good
there.
luck
Don't worry
tonight.
about you.
There's a shirt right there.
Meet me outside, bitch.
Don't fuck with Xenu.
Okay?
Don't fuck with Xenu.
Meet me outside. More like Peppy outside.
Peppy outside. Peppy outside.
No, Peppy's in the living room peeing on the floor, I'm sure.
Gotta meet Peppy outside.
No, I think honestly, Tom Cruise is probably seeing the writing on the wall that this is not going to last forever. That maybe his action days are starting to wind down, and he's kind of making some contingency plans. Like if he can if anyone can relive bring back the magic of what old Hollywood was, or what it could be, a more, sustainably run Hollywood, perhaps. I don't know. Let Tom Cruise give it a shot. I mean, he can't as fuck it up as much as it's already fucked up. Nicole Kidman saved movie theaters, so
She did.
Tom Cruise can
Twice.
save. Yeah, exactly. I'll take this one stupid commercial. But yeah,
what were you saying about WB chocolate bars in your lunchbox, Sean? I didn't.
Well, I'm
understand
saying the years of script, right?
okay,
where
that's what I thought. Like the company.
Yeah, the company
owning
stove.
the whole thing. Okay,
It's a
that's
Tennessee
the joke I
Ernie
thought you were
Ford
making,
song. Yeah, there you go. There you
It
go.
was a good.
Everyone look up
joke,
16 times.
Sorry.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you. I
But
like
even
when you
Tom
like my
Cruise's,
jokes. Yes.
but Tom Cruise's movies so far with Warner Brothers, everybody just, like Rock of Ages, Last Samurai, Magnolia, Eyes Wide Shut, Interview with the Vampire, Risky Business, The Outsiders, like a lot of them are more drama based.
No, but they're
and then,
also
of course,
50-50 with success, by the way.
Yeah, Edge of Tomorrow. That was actually an actual one. I like that movie a lot.
That was a great movie.
Live, Die, Repeat, if you will. And they want to do a sequel to that still, too. You didn't like that movie, Mike? I thought it was fun.
No, Live, Die, Repeat was a dumb fucking thing to call.
Oh, it was a terrible tagline.
That was like a crazy.
Edge of Tomorrow, leave it alone.
Thing to do.
Yeah.
Kevin,
Tom
what's up,
Cruise.
Kevin?
What do you
Friend
guys
of the show. Yeah.
Friend of the show.
Kevin's back. Hi, Kevin.
What's up, Kevin Davis? Love your comments, man. Thank you for being here again. But I think, though, honestly, I think that Tom Cruise might be branching into something else. But again, my spidey senses keep saying that this is something to do with the DCU, and there'll be a character. And again, that came out. There was a leaker that's been very, very right about a lot of things. It came out in it was like May or June about how he was going to be Green Lantern. I'm saying Batman just because I know that's like one of the movies coming soon. There is the Green Lantern Corps still coming. Maybe he could be in that somehow. But then again, the way Tom Cruise works, if he gets involved with something, he kind of takes over. He kind of takes over.
Yeah, have we heard anything about the Green Lantern Corps in a while? I know that there's an announcement that Guy Gardner was going to be in Superman Legacy, and believed by Nathan Fillion, if I'm remembering correctly.
Nathan Fillion, yep.
But I don't think I've heard anything
Green
else.
Lantern too.
He is going to be in
Green Lantern as well.
Right?
Yes, he will be in both. Yes.
Honestly, I would say this.
But he's not going to be the normal guy. He's going to be the other guy.
No,
There's like a
the older
Hal, and
version.
then there's a.
That would be
there's
huge.
a Hal.
That would be
Let her
like a
say it.
multiverse level event.
Who is it?
That would be huge.
Sabrina, tell us.
Go ahead.
I'm good.
Who's it
Hal
going to be?
Jordan.
You know better than me.
Hal
You go
Jordan.
ahead.
Guy Gardner and a Hal Jordan.
I want to know where to jump on to your point.
No, I was just saying he's not playing like the normal Green Lantern that has been played a bunch of times. He's playing the other Green Lantern. Excuse me.
What I could see, and what I don't think is going to happen, but might be interesting if James Gunn does this, is there's the concept of the JSA, which is the Justice Society of America, was a precursor to the JLA, the Justice League, and they did have a Green Lantern, and it was Alan Scott. And maybe that could be a thing that Tom Cruise would do, and he'd be an older, kind of a Green Lantern, mentor figure. Maybe
that could be really cool.
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe really cool.
Yeah, and it's a lot to kind of build up, because Black Adam kind of ruined a lot of the JSA love.
I had high hopes for that, honestly.
And I think the JSA is supposed to be in Superman, from what I'm hearing more and more about. So I think they're going to be kind of
Legacy
tied in. Yeah, Superman Legacy. And Rachel Brosnahan was saying too, they're writing their own story, but they're also going to be making it, still tie into the lore. And James Gunn was trying to say too, it'll be its own whole different thing too, of course. But honestly, we'll have to see. I think Tom Cruise could fit into this DCU somehow, and I think he will. Especially he signed a contract with Warner Brothers, and they're just raving him up about how his talent is going to be changing Warner Brothers and bringing it back to the legacy it used to be, having a caliber of actor like him, a blockbuster actor like him. So hopefully it does well.
He believes in sci-fi.
He does believe in fucking sci-fi. They're going to do a Babylon. Was that Babylon 5? Not Babylon 5. It was, what was the one with John Travolta? Oh my God.
Battlefield Earth.
Battlefield Earth. Oh my God.
That was Scientology. That was about Scientology.
Yeah. It all comes back. It all comes
back around.
It was all
Scientology.
Is the Alan Scott gay? The Green Lantern character? Sean, that's for you.
Is Alan Scott gay?
Alan Scott, Green Lantern gay.
Yes.
There you go.
All right then.
Yeah. There's actually a really good comic book series coming out right now. They through DC Comics that explores the origins of Alan Scott, and I think they're doing a really good job with it. So yeah.
That'd be interesting for Tom Cruise to do that, because he's always playing like like the little straight man, like the guy's guy. He's trying to play that all the time. So it'd be interesting for him to try to change it
There's
up.
so many rumors about him being gay anyway. So
There's a
go
lot.
for it.
I don't think he would.
Tommy
I don't
boy?
think he would confront that. I don't think he's comfortable enough to confront that, to be perfectly honest.
I don't think he would. I don't think he would either. But I mean, I think he will do this, and I think DCU will be a big thing for him, because I don't think he'll go back to Marvel like this. Like we said, if you're going to go with DC and go with Warner Brothers, I think you're going to be stuck in that world. But Warner Brothers is trying to make the DCU work, and also Marvel is always trying to make new products work. And there's been a show out there that people have been talking shit about for a long time, but now we're going to talk about, because now it's out, and that is Echo. And Echo is out, everybody. The 5 episodes have dropped. If you haven't seen it yet, they're out there on Disney Plus and on Hulu right now. All 5 episodes with a lot. I knew I was gonna fuck it up. Alakwa Cox. Alakwa Cox is involved. She's like the main protagonist, or the main protagonist, right? Protagonist. Antagonist is the bad guy. Protagonist, good guy.
Correct.
Right? All right. So she's the main protagonist, and she's awesome.
Richard.
Again, the fact that she's deaf and she's paraplegic actually is amazing. And it's like they actually got somebody that's missing a leg and someone that's deaf to play this part. Is very comic accurate. And she was, of course, in the Hawkeye series.
And
I will say this. And she's a what?
She's Native American as well.
And she's Native American as well. She actually grew up like on a reservation in like Wisconsin.
That's the only
or
one
something.
that's actually obvious, by the way. So thank you for that, Sean.
But the fact she did this is great. But people were saying this is going to bomb really bad. The trailers came out. The trailers look awesome. We talked about it. Now it's out there, and the ratings, the reviews and stuff couldn't happen until it released. Everybody got scared about that. But if you look at Rotten Tomatoes are now 72% on both audience and with critics right now, and they're raving about this show, saying this is more that Marvel should be doing. This is more of the tone, the groundedness, the matureness, the rawness of it, and of course shining light on a character you haven't seen in a long time. Now I've seen people like talk shit about this series already. John Campea, I'm gonna shout this motherfucker out. John Campea talking massive shit about this series, and I'm like, I get it. You want this to be something it's not. Again, we're a superhero project. Man, he's complaining about Kingpin coming back to life, but we knew Kingpin. He should have been alive from the get-go. He's alive. Whatever. Get rid of it. I think that's awesome to D'Onofrio came back. I think it's great. Charlie Cox is in the first episode. I think the action's good. I mean, we talk about that sequence that came out with the fight sequence. I thought it was awesome too. People were really dogging that shit too, and I thought it was amazing. I think it's got back to the grittiness of it, going back to what it was supposed to be with Daredevil and what they should be doing moving forward with the street level heroes out there. I think it works really well. And then also bringing the Native American aspect into it is amazing. And again, we talked about this before about, Daredevil's, blind and she's deaf. It's a great combination for two heroes, and it shines light on. It doesn't matter who you are, you can still be a superhero. And it's an aspect of the comics we haven't seen before. And it's great, I think. Sean, did you watch your first episode? You got a chance to watch it out? Check it out?
I did, yeah, and I brushed up on my Echo lore and knowledge.
Yeah.
If you want me to do a little 30-second on Echo, I can do that.
Get in there. Tell us what you think about this. Tell us a bit more about Echo and get into it.
All right. Okay. So, Echo premiered in Daredevil during a fantastic run by David Mack and Brian Michael Bendis. She was originally brought in kind of similar to how we've seen her portrayed in the MCU, as in almost a hired gun assassin in training by the Kingpin, someone that's manipulated and molded her since she was a child after seeing the death of her father, which, by the way, very happy to see a lot of the actors that I loved in Reservoir Dogs also show up in Echo. That was really great. That was fantastic to see. So anyway, Echo's character essentially is, yes, she's a Native American, she's deaf, and she essentially is sent after Matthew Murdock, Daredevil, because of brainwashing, kind of controlling behavior of Wilson Fisk, the Kingpin. Essentially what happens in the comic books is, yes, she falls in love with Matt Murdock, but then realizes, this Daredevil character is making really things hard for my boss. They fight. Echo beats Daredevil's ass, and it's revealed, oh shit, you're Matt Murdock. She has a crisis of faith and basically becomes then an ally of Daredevil and starts training with Daredevil. The cool thing about Echo, her powers, very similar to Taskmaster. If you watch the Black Widow movie, where she has photosensitive, photorealistic kind of mirroring things. So she's really good. If she sees something done, she could probably do it. In the comic books, she was actually discovered because of how well she played the piano despite being deaf. because she saw someone playing the piano and she did it perfectly. But they're being very faithful, I would say, to the characters' history from the comics on this show. I thought the iconography was really great. You saw a lot of what David Mack's art brought to the character, featured on the outfits that she was wearing, just riding her motorcycle, in the background art of her father when her father was dying, the way that she put, he put his bloody hand on her face. That's where she got that white kind of makeup from. What was really interesting, and the big departure from MCU Echo versus the comics Echo, is the whole Hawkeye involvement. The Ronin, name that, or I guess the persona that Hawkeye took on after the blip to go after, crime that was taking advantage of people while, heroes were all in disarray from Thanos. Essentially, the Ronin character was a persona originally developed in the comics for Matthew Murdock to use in Daredevil. And too many people figured out who Ronin was before they did the big reveal in New Avengers by Brian Michael Bendis. I'm wrapping this up. I'm sure there's a thing.
It's good.
But essentially, Ronin was Echo. It was revealed at the last second. He changed his mind. Fuck it. We're going to put Echo in the Avengers. She's going to be a Ronin at the same time. And then Ronin essentially is a persona that Hawkeye adopts after Hawkeye is brought back to life in the comics. But anyway, fantastic first episode. I thought it was a really good introduction to the character. It was a lot different. And actually, the channel Screen Crush, Ryan Airy, I've spoken about it a lot. They do a fantastic breakdown of Easter eggs and all the things you might have missed. But one of the things that they were really keen to kind of talk about was the fact that this Marvel show is handled like a lot of the different shows than a lot of the previous shows, right? Under the Marvel Spotlight banner, where essentially the first half of this episode was essentially a telling of her origin. We got to see her growing up. We got to see footage and things that you might have seen
from
or
Hawkeye?
remembered from the Hawkeye show, but essentially positioned from her point of view, which was really interesting. But yes, Queen. Ronin was essentially originally supposed to be Daredevil. Too many people figured it out before the reveal. So on all the promo art that ever went out, they were always drawn as Ronin in a male physique kind of way. And then when they took off the costume, it was Echo. She did play essentially a man for a little bit as Ronin until it was revealed, and then she's become the Echo. She's actually become one of the more popular and more powerful characters in Marvel Comics in the last couple of years, actually adopting a host of the Phoenix Force, which is one of the biggest forces in mutant comics Marveldom. And scene.
Marveldom. So you liked it?
Yeah, I liked it. There you go. That was it. Yeah.
Phoenix Force.
It was very good. I'm excited to see where it goes.
He's like a historian.
What I liked about it too is because it gave us everything we needed to know about who the character was. We got to see her learning about violence and the world that she was walking into by the way that fight scene was shown, right?
Yeah.
And then even the way that subtle way that when she was basically choking that guy out, and before she broke his neck, it turned down to all you heard was his heartbeat, right? And the breath and the muted noise that obviously she hears because she's deaf. So it was really interesting. I thought that was a good
It's the
turn
same
for
way
the
they
show.
handle Daredevil, though.
It is
Yeah.
true. Well,
It
a little
feels
bit.
very in that world though too. Even when Daredevil appears in the
heightened
first
senses.
episode,
Well-
you hear little subtleties of the Daredevil theme song starts too, which I thought was kind of cool.
yeah.
I'm like, oh,
And,
that's totally a
even-
Daredevil theme song.
Even watching the fight, how he's reacting to moves, right? He
Mhm.
doesn't have to see what she's doing to react to it. And then when he realizes that she's getting the upper hand on him, and she's starting to learn his fight style,
Oh shit!
which I don't know if they're going to
rewatch-
get into.
I got to rewatch that scene, man. Now you're giving me a whole.
Oh,
new
dude, it's
perspective
great.
To check
Really?
That out.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's
I
fantastic.
gotta watch that scene
Such
too.
a well done. That when
It's really not.
And Charlie Cox is in there. I'm like,
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
But
I
no,
don't think
it
it's
was
him.
another.
It's his stunt
It is-
double. That's not him.
Well, there's
I don't think
a
it's
stunt
him.
double, but
it says that it's him in the
No,
credits.
it's
Lin
one
was
And he
take,
has-
lookout for
so
that.
he gets credit because it's his likeness. I don't think
but
it's
he
him.
has
It's not him.
dialogue. They have the
You
close-ups
saw-
of
No,
him
he-
saying
it
stuff.
didn't look like- it didn't
Sure.
look like
But
it was
at
this
the
area.
fight was not him. Like you could see his. I'm like, that's not him. That's not him.
So Sabrina,
think it
you
might
didn't
have
like
been.
it? You didn't like it, Sabrina?
I'm just saying that wasn't him. Like in the fight, in the 6-minute fight scene, that wasn't him because it had to be her, right? So you have to have a stunt person and someone who's not a stunt person, right? Also, 6 minutes for someone who's not a stunt person is pretty fucking tough. And also, 6 minutes for someone who's not a stunt person and has an amputee leg and is deaf is definitely fucking difficult. You know, and I've worked on a lot of sets. I've seen a lot of fight scenes. I've rehearsed a lot of fun scenes. I've done fight scenes. Excuse me. I've done stunt work. It is not fucking easy. So I'm not throwing my nose up at any of it. I think that it was an amazing job considering the circumstances. However, there's no goddamn way that was whoever plays Charlie Cox. What's his real name? Matt Murdock.
Murdock.
Charlie Cox. What's his real name?
Charlie
Real
Cox is
name,
real
Matt
name.
Murdock. Charlie
Matt
Cox
Murdock,
is a real
Daredevil.
person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so Charlie Cox, it was not lifted with a wire over a fucking gate and then landed. Like there's no way on God's green earth, okay? Because she had to be doing all that stuff. However, I think it was I think the choice to do it as one solid scene, to not have cuts, to not do substitutions with some person and regular person. I think it hurt it a little bit, in my opinion. I clearly, and I don't even watch Daredevil, clearly knew that it was not him. So that was an issue for me. Another issue for me is like, you're doing a 6-minute choreographed scene. Like I've seen like I said, a million fucking stunt scenes. It just did not look as good as it could look in reality. Once a fight scene is done, you cut, you miss this, you miss that. You know what I mean? It just seems like it could have been way better if they would have utilized a few fucking things. You know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like, who the fuck is this? Hold on, I'm sorry.
How about the overall arc, though? Did you like the overall arc of it? Like the beginning of the movie or the show, I should say?
Yeah, no, I thought it was a lot better than I expected, because I honestly, everyone was talking shit about it. There was a lot of fucking things, you know what I mean? Like I wasn't really sure what to expect, and I kind of wasn't overwhelmed by her in the Hawkeye series. So I kind of was like not expecting a lot. So I was pleasantly surprised. I think that overall that the series did a good job. I just that scene did actually bother me a little bit. I just, maybe just because I know film, maybe just because I've been on set when they've shot those things. Maybe just because, I know the process and I could see what was going on that was weird. Like I don't know. It was, for me, it wasn't, it just wasn't 100. But the rest of it, I like where it's going. Let's say that.
It wasn't all handshakes and hugs, right?
Well,
One of the other issue I had with it, and just to kind of tear it apart now, like the second half of the episode when she's in Oklahoma and obviously checking in on the people that meant something to her when she was a kid. I had no idea who Biscuits was as a kid.
Right.
I had no idea who the kid,
that's true.
the guy who was running the skate rink was.
Yep.
Like
100%.
I didn't really understand that.
super weird.
The dog,
Yep.
though, the dog Biscuits spoke in sign language to the dog,
Right.
and my heart
But
melted
why did
in
we
that
need to
moment.
focus on the dog for so long, too? Like, it's a
the
cute
dog
dog.
be a big part
I
of
get
it.
It's a
but
cute
it was also
fucking
like,
dog, Sean.
But
Get with the program.
that dog's not gonna know who Maya is. That dog wasn't alive. Like, what did Young Biscuits do to earn the notoriety and the name Biscuits?
You obviously haven't read the.
Did he do
the
his
series
taxes? That's a
Young
good question.
Young Biscuits.
That was an 8-episode arc written by Grant Morrison.
Yeah. But like what I did like, and what I think a lot of people are also, or hopefully what they're going to explore a little bit more, is her connections to Choctaw and the Choctaw, like the culture. Like
thank you
obviously
for pronouncing that because I never could. So I appreciate you.
Oh, you're welcome. It took a second. But yeah, Choctaw, like the whole creation myth and like their culture, right? Like that was that beginning scene, and it was really cool. Marvel does have the tendency to add in like an extraterrestrial element where there one doesn't really need to be.
Right, Richard.
So they could build that back into it if they even wanted it. I don't know where that's going to go. I'm excited to see that. I will say it is really interesting. We're getting this show. Again, we talked about What If last week and even today, but one of the great episodes was the episode that followed the Native American superhero. That was great. That was a really well done thing, and it was authentically done in their language and in their dialect. And it was really cool to see those kind of stories and perspectives, going on, because I for sure didn't grow up with that kind of shit.
Yeah, we didn't have that.
It's really cool to get that. So yeah, I don't know where the rest of the show is. If she's going to try and, what is interesting
take
is
down Kingpin, it seems like.
If she does, first off, she doesn't know Kingpin's alive still, because they call it the Kingpin killer or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, if she wants to be the queen pin, whatever, that's definitely a departure from where she was in the comic book. So I'm excited to see what they do there. Yeah.
I think this will flow into Daredevil though as well. I think whatever they do here, hence why there were talks of like not releasing this, which I think is dumb. I think just you cut it down, you make it work, which is what they did. Mike, do you think that this was a good start? Well. It seems that people seem to like it too. Like honestly, there are some haters, of course, but I think overall, I think kind of like it.
Yeah, I think the whole releasing all the episodes at one time didn't really sit well with a lot of people too, because it was just like
first time.
Yeah, you don't believe it. You don't believe in this enough. Like, why are we just kind of wasting all of our nut on one shot with this? I don't know.
Don't waste that penis.
Anyway, sorry for interrupting you, Mike.
Wait, no. Really quickly, Sean, I don't know. I don't think you're probably the only person that can answer this question. But while you read it, Richard Tracy said like New York is even a big city for a sighted person. But like I grew up in New York. I grew up in Queens, not Manhattan, but I went to college in Manhattan, and I was, it's they're like, on the side by the water, and like the east side, the west side. There's the village. There's different restaurants and different places. The smells are so different everywhere you go. Like it's painfully different, and sometimes so much so that you're like, I don't even want to go in that area, and I'd rather walk up and around and like go around here, so I don't have to smell, the waste of bums or like the fucking sea fucking spray
like
on a cool fucking day. But it's
busy.
But it's very, very specific. Like, like it's very specific. There's like, carts of food that are like always there in certain places. There's Little Italy, which, everything has a different smell, like every neighborhood. Now I'm not saying that that's, obviously, but if you grew up there and you were blind and you knew, like you would learn through those types of things. You know what I mean? For sure.
Well,
which is
also to be that guy again, the comic book guy. Daredevil was only really concerned with Hell's Kitchen shit. He didn't fuck up with any
and
other
Hell's
neighborhood.
Kitchen is super fucking specific.
He only did the Hell's Kitchen thing, so
which is on the seaside, by the way.
Yeah. There you go. Anyway, sorry. Queen asked about Thunderbird.
Yeah,
probably not going to happen. Herculoids, doubt it. Go ahead, Mike.
So, Mike, what do you think? You hear about this? You watch it. Mike, what do you think?
Gloop and Gleep. I really think 2024 is their time to shine.
Gloop and Gleep.
That's a Herculoids reference, everybody.
There it is.
Brian, did you have an intro question to me there, Brian? Were you going to start me off with anything?
I was going to ask you if you saw the first episode,
I did.
right?
I watched the first episode today. I really enjoyed it.
Was it enough to make you be like, yeah, I'll check out the rest of it?
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, just on not cinematography, fight choreography alone, like I thought it was incredible. I think that it totally spoke to a post John Wick world. I think we all really
easy. Do not compare that shit to John Wick. That's rude.
It's getting related to that though. People are saying that it's kind of like a John Wick world.
100% not. Not even close.
They're different worlds. John Wick is a ballistic universe. We're talking about a Marvel universe here, aren't we?
Ridiculous.
And they I think that they on the first episode the fight choreography was great. They definitely did a little bit of cheaty action. They married these individual shots really well. what I think is really going to be great for this is I think that the internet, the review community, the talking heads out there just really love a female protagonist. And I think that on top of that, they're really happy to see, like, particularly a Native American protagonist who has a physical disability, or maybe more than one physical disability. So
literally checking all the boxes, which is great.
Yeah. So the thing is, I think that that there will be a certain response from, the internet community, to which I want to say, hey, bitch, this is capitalism, okay? Like, this is what the public wants to see. Like, if we want to see views from different perspectives, if we've seen enough from sources that we're familiar with, hey, what is the perspective of people who have had different orientations with reality? So everybody can eat my ass, basically.
Oh shit!
The internet is invited.
It is Wednesday. It's hump day, bitches.
Eat those asses on hump day.
Chill out on this, because I like it.
Friend of the
and
show.
I enjoyed myself when I was watching this series.
Yeah, I liked it.
I think though, yeah, right, Mike. It's fun. I think it's a fun show. Honestly, I can't wait to watch rest, and I will probably watch it by the next time we're live here
Brian,
again.
I forgot my main point is that I do wonder, is it like an Olympic doping thing to bring a prosthetic limb into an MMA ring? Because if that's okay,
that's got to be an advantage, right?
I'm bringing a big
Dana. That's Dana,
Waluigi
man.
Iron Fist, and I'm gonna whack him.
It's gonna connect
whack you with that.
Can you jar that
like
connection?
An unfair advantage, does it not?
It kind of does.
No, because what if you jar that thing loose? Like, it's not like it's pinned into you. Don't you
You
take it on
fucking
and
tie
off?
it on tight.
Can you beat him with it? Can you beat him with it afterwards? Is that a thing?
I don't know.
know.
I'm not familiar.
The very first they ring the bell, then you yank it off and fucking start.
No, that's not legal. It's not WWE. Like, they don't grab chairs and beat people. That's different.
I never saw that in the WWE though.
It shoots
You
off
never
her
saw
leg.
people grabbing chairs and
Hydraulic.
beating people with them when the ref wasn't looking?
You've seen it.
Prosthetic limbs. I've seen chairs.
Just saying. Oh my
I've
god,
seen
I love
chairs
Space
and
Ghost
tables.
Queen. Space
Ghost is great.
Coast to
100% on
coast.
Space Ghost,
Zorak, Moltar.
Honestly,
They are.
I think it's great they released this. I think it is a very solid beginning for it. I can't wait to watch the rest. If you've seen the rest, let us know what you think about it too. If you're liking it, if you're loving it, if you think it's a great adaptation, if you think it's good for the MCU, and if it's a good way to take, because people are saying online again, this is the way they should be going with these shows. And I mean, there are haters on it. People do hate, of course, 72% on 100, but I think overall, I think they have done a great job finding some mature audience and finding a way to take it into that street level violent stage. And I hope that it keeps going the way it is the first episode, because I want to see more, and I want to see this going into Daredevil, making it a great, addition to that kind of universe, and then Kingpin can eventually fight Spider-Man, please. And
Also,
thank you.
by
I
the
want
way,
that so
Vincent
bad.
D'Onofrio, Vincent
Yes.
D'Onofrio, amazing.
Oh my
Yes.
god,
Friend of the
fantastic.
show. Amazing
Friend of the show.
always. Oh,
Friend of the show.
amazing always.
Lynn was dying. When Lynn and I were writing jokes while watching the show ahead of time, she could not handle it at all. She was like, "Oh, maximum ham, criminal intent, Vincent D'Onofrio." She wasn't having it.
I love him though. I love him, but
Oh, dude, he's so good. He is so
Echo's
good.
out. Check it out. Echo is out, so you better check it out. But also something that's coming, everybody. And again,
Segue.
we're reaching back, we're reaching in, and Disney is doing something else. Disney decided recently that we know there's a Mandalorian new season coming forward, but they also said that Jon Favreau wants to direct a Mandalorian and Grogu feature film. And that is me too, our feature story of the night. All right, everybody. No, we're going over a little bit, but hey, stick with us. We're going to talk about The Mandalorian for a second, because The Mandalorian and Grogu is coming as a feature film. And they said before that the Rey story would be the next one shooting for the Star Wars franchise, but that is wrong, because this is the first movie shooting for Star Wars since the last one in the trilogy, since the Rise of Skywalker. So this is the next one coming. And so they're going to start shooting in 2024. Jon Favreau is behind this. Dave Filoni, of course, is in this too. Kathleen Kennedy involved with this, but Dave Filoni is stepping back because he's been kind of leading the Star Wars wagon for a little bit, and Favreau has been stepping back. But now Favreau is stepping back in. The king of Star Wars himself is taking over, and he's going to direct this, as he did with the first beginnings of Mandalorian. Direct this, and it's going to be an all-out just movie with Mandalorian and Grogu. Now, I think this is a great idea, honestly. I mean, I saw Sean shaking his head, but I think that this is good fitting into a cinematic universe. Like, give me an hour and a half movie of them just like kicking some ass and doing some story. Maybe it segues in the next thing. But then again, also it's like, we know we have another series coming, so is there a point for it as well? But there must be something. And people online are speculating they're going to get rid of that whole like Avengers-style mashup of Ahsoka and Mandalorian and Thrawn, and have them all like fight Thrawn. But I don't think that's going to go away in Boba Fett. I think that's still going to happen with Filoni. I think they're just kind of pushing a little bit because they're trying to decide what they're going to do with Ahsoka, what's going to happen with that, where they're going to go with those franchises before they decide on how they're going to do that movie. And so something happened. Maybe during the whole strike stuff, they were like, let's readdress everything. Let's figure things out. But Favreau is coming forward doing this movie, and it's going to happen. There's no details right now for the plot. It's all under wraps, and there's no word if Pedro Pascal will come back, but he probably will. Again, his arms hurt don't stop him. You know what I mean? But come back in voiceover. That's what he'll come back. He's got a sweet ass deal, everybody. We're all it's got to do to go in the sound booth for a few hours, record his dialogue. Okay. Sweet ass deal. Mike, I'm gonna go to you first because I know you're itching and dying to talk about this, Mike. So, are you excited about Grogu and Mandalorian movie after all we've already had? Do you think that the franchise needs this, warrants it, or do you think that they're just kind of doing too much with the Mandalorian and they should just like focus on the show or cancel the show? How you feel?
Great ass!
All right.
Do that one more time.
Great ass!
That's for you, Sabrina.
You're welcome.
Dude, fucking Disney owns Star Wars now. Like, why even bother with the Mandalorian at this point? Just give me the Grogu, like, princess cartoon. Like, I'll show up. I'll show up with, all the neighborhood children. I'll Pied Piper them into the theater as I do every Sunday morning in my local province. I don't know.
In your local province? What year is it?
I'm Canadian.
It's the year you're stuck in your trunk.
That to you, Sabrina?
Since
The
when?
local
This
province?
trunk is Canadian.
Oh my god.
But the local.
So that's what you want to see, Mike?
Yeah, okay, that
You
is
don't
the
want to see this
local province. All right, you win.
It seems so callous, Brian. Like it's just okay. It's okay. It's more Mandalorian, more Grogu. Like I don't know. Is there? This is a question I would like to pose to the panel at large. Like, does this seem like a labor of love, or is this just the algorithm telling us what we need to pump out to make the frickin' monkeys want to continue going to work so they can pump their capital at you? I don't know. It seems callous to me.
Yeah, well, it does seem like a money grab in a lot of ways. I feel you on that too. But do you see like any world that this makes sense as a feature film though? Like honestly,
100% makes sense. It's all the same stupid dumb cowboy stories, like rescuing a child. This is what True Grit. It's the same thing. Like it's pulling at those same heartstrings, and it made sense in the past. It makes sense now. Like it's just there. Now it's got like the level of polish that is provided by a $1 trillion company behind it. So it just like. I don't know. It doesn't feel like it has a whole lot of soul to it. Although they'll put a whole panel of artists on it to give it an artificial soul, or maybe they'll just defy the agreement that they put together with SAG-AFTRA and have AI write a script for them. I don't know. This shit seems callous to me, dude.
Yeah. What do you think, Sean? I don't know what's going on, Sabrina. What do you think, Sean? I don't know what I think she was yelling at Peppy.
Probably.
Sean, what do you think about that?
Right?
Yeah, well, peace and everything. Do you think that's a good idea for The Mandalorian?
honestly, the writing was on the wall as soon as you saw the Mando and Grogu. You knew this was going to happen.
100%.
People love their Grogu. People love their Mando. People love their Mando and Grogu. Of course, they're going to get a movie. Yeah. I could have put money on this and got lost money, even though I was going to get it right. Like, the Vegas odds were that bad, to put a bet on this shit. It was bound to happen. Now, if they're going to do this, hopefully it's something that either ends their story or ties things into or something. But like, just do this and be done with it, please.
Yes, I think it should be an end. They shouldn't go into another season. So they plan another season.
I listen. I'm not going to say no to more Mando and Grogu. I think when we talked about it last time when this came up, I would love to see this kind of evolve more into an anthology kind of show, right? Where regardless of where they are in the timeline or whatever, we're just getting fun little space hijinks with Grogu and Din Djarin, and I'd be fine with that. The problem is again, it's just been shoehorned to make sense and make us care about Boba Fett again and make us care about Ahsoka again, and then worry about all these characters from Rebels again. Because, God damn it, I just hope Grogu shows up. If Grogu shows up, I'm going to show up. That's the bottom line. So, yeah, I would love, if they do another show, let it just be one-off episodes the entire time and let them do fun little space capers. Maybe Grogu does some flips and he goes, and he eats his little balls or whatever. But, no. If they do a movie, let them do it. You know how he likes his little chocolate balls. He eats his little balls.
He loves little balls.
Cute. Yeah.
He loves little balls. Yep, that's Grogu. Friend of the balls.
That's how it works. Friend of the balls.
There's also rumored that he's going to be in the Rey movie too, with her training the new Jedi, like in this whole new Jedi temple situation, and that's where he's going to come into. But everyone's saying, I've seen multiple people online being like, he's going to die. You can't kill Grogu. You can't kill him.
No, what are you, stupid?
Okay.
If you kill Grogu, you kill your audience, you idiots. Just
yeah.
You're not gonna, you're slaughter the calf.
You slaughter the universe. Star Wars is done. If Grogu is dead, you're done. So he was a sensation.
The moment he chose Mandalorian over Jedi, that was over. That thought was over.
In WALL-E, they tried to fake us out, be like, oh, Wally's gonna die. And they
not gonna die.
Brought it out to the very end. It's like, no, man, it's Disney. They're not gonna do that to their audience.
So Sabrina and Grogu.
Who the fuck is Sabina?
What do you think about this? Do you think that this is a good idea to come into it Mando and hang out in a movie, or do you think that they should stick to the series and not just? But Favreau's coming in, so maybe it'll be great, right? Maybe it'll be great.
First question: how much have you had to drink tonight? That's my first question.
I've had a beer and a half.
Sabina would like to say that Grogu is my favorite character. I don't like even calling him that. I like calling him Baby Yoda. And I will watch anything that he's in. But that being said, Sean, 100% right. Like with what you said as well. That hold on, let me just get that hair on my face. Thank you. Adorable. So essentially, I'm with Sean on the fact that like people will come and see this regardless because that's what they want to see, and the fact that they do all of these other series with the hope of seeing Grogu. Like that's why people watch Boba Fett. That's why you watch this. Like you were just waiting for that moment that he would arrive. Honestly, so and I'm one of those people. The only reason why I watched Mandalorian in the first place is I would like Brian would be watching it. I'd be like, and then I'd see it. I'm like, oh my god, it's so cute. And I'd sit down and like hunker down for the scene, and then I'd be like, I'm done. And then I started watching it. I'm like, oh my god, this is really good. But my problem with this is honestly, why don't you just make Mandalorian focused on them? Like, why are you putting the Mandalorian into this like weird area where it's like now focused on Bo-Katan and like you're doing all these other things? Like, why don't you just continue the show where it started and focus on the two characters that people love the most instead of making a movie? Like, it's just annoying, like that a show's going to go on and then a movie is also going to happen. And it's like the show will then go on after that. It's like, can we go through all the ways that you should probably just keep it in the same fucking area? It's really fucking annoying. So just, I would prefer if they just kept doing the show and kept it in the same direction. You want to do a movie? Fine. I will be here for it. I will watch it because it's Grogu. However, I think it would be way better, way better if they just kept it in the fucking line of the fucking show that it was created upon. I don't know why they do that. I really don't.
Yeah.
He's not been killed several times, Richard Tracy. When was he killed? He was not killed.
That's
He's talking
Goku,
about
not
Goku.
Grogu. Goku, not
Oh.
Grogu.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Oh
some
God, we're talking
confusion
about
there, dude.
the chat is
That's
literally
Dragon Ball
been
Z.
off the rails. I've not been
That's Dragon Ball
been paying
Z.
attention at all.
And
I was like, wait a minute, he
Popeye
didn't die.
would
He's
kill
not
Goku.
overrated.
There's a lot
Dare
going
you.
on there. Yeah.
Grogu
But I
has
think
been
it's
training
interesting.
at 100 times gravity.
Oh my God.
He's unstoppable.
That's
He went
custom.
Kaioken times 10. I saw it.
I just think it's interesting that they're going to do this because again they've been focusing on Disney Plus. Maybe this is a maybe this is a Bob Iger thing because Bob Iger is like we're going to do less Disney Plus stuff and start pushing theatrical stuff again. So maybe that's his like way of being like let's just do a movie, make some bank
Thank
off
you,
it, and then
Queen.
and you know what might happen. That series or the new season might be canceled because if they're going to do a movie this year, when are they going to shoot the next season of Mandalorian? If they're doing a movie this year, that's going to take 4 or 5 months, probably 4 months at least, and then you're going to have reshoots. And when are you going to do Mandalorian? So maybe this is a way of them just not saying it yet.
Mandalorian's not going to include
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian is not going to include Mandy, which is what's his name?
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, thank you. And it's also not going to include Grogu.
Well, they were saying it's going to be a
English
split
is
season. They
hard
could
today.
do.
Come on,
Then do a
Sabina.
Bo-Katan series.
Sabina's having a hard time with English.
Sabina, get it
English is
together.
not working.
Sabina, get it together. Come on.
Sabini.
Sabini, beanie, do it. I just think it's fascinating. They're going to do this.
No,
And
the new season of Mandalorian is going to focus on Bo-Katan and all the other Mandalorians. Like, it's very easy for them to like splinter off. And if Jon Favreau's not doing it, I don't see why they can't do both at the same time. Honestly,
it's true that it becomes a Mandalorian. It just becomes about the Mandalorians on Mandalore, and it's not really
the
about
Mandalorian, if you
anymore.
could call him that, or Grogu,
Maybe
and
that's
Sabina,
the route they'll
and
go.
Ryan
They add an S
Brian.
to the show name, and no one's the wiser.
Mandalorians.
There you go, Mandalorians.
Exactly.
Grogus.
Nailed it.
Mandalorians and Friends. That's what we're going to do. Mandalorians and Friends. But it's
And then
happening,
you have
everybody.
to pop in for like 1 or 2 episodes for like a cameo. There'll be like a Lizzo and Jack Black situation.
Oh, God. Ain't nobody got time
No
for
one
that.
loved it, but I'm saying it was 1 episode. It was a pop-in.
Ain't nobody got time.
Do you
for
prefer
that.
the Christopher Lloyd reference? Like, is that better for you?
I like
Yeah,
Hey, who doesn't
Yeah,
want to
it's
see
better.
Christopher Lloyd show up?
Yeah,
That was
it was
fucking
great.
great.
Cameo.
Happy
A cameo.
hump
It's just
day,
referencing
everybody.
a cameo.
You know the
not
pep
character.
star loves him some hump day.
No. I to be honest with you, when we saw the Christopher Lloyd cameo, we had to know, something's afoot, and we were going to get some more cameos, and
In the same episode. They really loaded it.
it was not great.
Too many.
I love this news. I love it.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Pepe. But yeah, this is happening. Mandalorian movie is moving forward. Mandalorian Grogu, it's a buddy cop movie. I think they're going to go out in the business and try to find out and solve a case. And then they'll eventually become even better friends, have some babies
Solve
with
the case.
women.
What is this, SVU? Like, I don't understand what's happening right now.
Grogu's. And then they'll have a good day.
Eggs. I think they have eggs. I think
I think they
Yoda's
have
species
eggs.
has eggs. I
I think
honestly
I could see them having eggs. So it'll be an egg-tastic celebration of
you
Mandalorian
could see
life.
them having eggs, but you'd have to pay for it.
That's for Patreon subscribers. There you go.
All of the
Anyways, everybody, this is happening. Grogu, Mandalorian, Grogu. How do we look at? They're coming together again one more time for a movie of Jon Favreau. Is happening. He's ready. He's making this shit happening. And honestly, I hope it's good. And I hope it takes Mandalorian back to season 1. And it's fantastic. It makes me aspire to see more Mandalorian in the future. And it makes me have a new felt admiration for this series moving forward. And it makes it come to a new life that we want another season moving forward. But it's happening. So hopefully Jon Favreau makes something great. Anyways, everybody, thank you for being on Kruse Control tonight. Appreciate you as always. Happy hump day. Hope you humped it up all day, all the time with us, humping it with us, humping with yourselves, humping it all with the fucking woodland creatures out there. Hope it was great. And we appreciate you every day in and out of every episode of Kruse Control. Thank you so much for being here. I went a little bit long tonight. We were having a good time. Mr. Mike Casey, thank you so much for being here on Kruse Control. I appreciate you. And I apologize to you. It's okay.
Because I didn't win the poll, did I? That's
You did win.
You guys were pushing. You guys were
Actually-
peer pressuring.
Actually,
Aggressive.
I'm going to end the poll right now. And at 56%, Mike Casey won. At 33%,
Mike Casey!
Sabrina got it. And at 16%, Sean got it.
Can you give me
Yeah,
some
I
confetti,
fucked
some
up.
lights?
I let them all down today. I let all the
I knew
fans
you were
down.
winning.
Thanks,
I love
guys.
it.
Let them all the
The
fans
one time
down.
I
Sorry,
didn't
guys.
win when I've been on the show, Brian announced it. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate it.
I
Hey,
appreciate
hey, real Mike.
Yeah, there you go, Mike.
My co-writer Lynn, except for the dumb jokes, obviously, which he doesn't want to claim.
Thank you, Lynn.
Thank you, Lynn. Hey, I almost forgot about it again. Mike won tonight. Mike, you gotta feel good about that. Sabrina usually wins. She usually wins every night. So
Right, but no one ever tells me I win because no one ever checks. So thank you,
I
Brian,
have
for
told
that.
you.
Really
I
appreciate
have
it.
told you. I have
Nope,
told
you
you.
never told me once. Never told me once.
Check the receipts. Check the receipts.
I will check the receipts. It's all on YouTube.
Go back in time.
Grogu would like to say, if you guys are still watching, if you could please click the like button, please, pretty please. It helps us so much if you just click the like button. It's super easy to do. It's a little thumb up right there. You see it. You've been here this whole time and we're rambling on about dumb shit. Grogu would like you to click the like button.
Us?
And if you don't like Grogu, I would like you to hit the
Excuse
like
me?
button. So thank you so much. Please do that.
And Peppy has something to say too, right, Peps?
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the Pep Star needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all.
Thank you, Peppy. Thank you, GR, for being here. Mr. Sean
guy.
Sutherland for being here as
Mike
always. Sean,
doesn't win anything.
Wednesday. Sean Sutherland wasn't here. Happy hump day. Hope you had a humpiest of the humpest of the hump. Hope it was the best hump day of 2024 for you. Thank you for being here.
I'm so glad. Happy to be here. Thank you guys for putting up with my nonsense in telling you worthless backstory for Echo.
We need
That
you.
probably
We
won't
need
show
you.
up
We didn't
in
know. Who
the
knew?
show. But anyway, yes. If it's Wednesday,
Oh, it will
gotta
show
be on
up.
Kruse Control. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you for your
Brian.
Grogu ears, bro. Loved it.
Of course. They're right here.
And thank you, Sabrina, too. Yeah, Grogu ears are great. The Grogu came out. Sabrina, thank you, my lovely co-host, Miss Sabrina Vittori. Thank you, as always, being here in and out, day in, day out, being here, kicking ass, having a good time, and spreading the love and the hearts and the fireworks and all that, and bringing in Grogu. Thank you so much for being here.
The
Hope
hearts
you had a
and
good
the
hump day.
fireworks. That's what I do. I had a great hump day. Thank you so much for having me. Grogu is also very happy to be here. And Richard Tracy and Queen Glamazona and Lexi and GR and Ty and all of the peeps. I really appreciate you guys. Chinchilla, Zach, my homie, Lynn, all the peoples. I appreciate you guys watching. It's, again, I say it all the time, just like if it's not Wednesday, it's not. If it's Wednesday, it's Kruse Control for Sean. For me, if it's any day, it's Kruse Control. It's not without you guys. So I appreciate y'all.
Aw, shucks.
We appreciate you all to be here. It's amazing. And
You
as
make it
always,
what it is.
everybody, the clock keeps ticking up. We're like 1,138 or 9 or some channel. We haven't broke that 140. We'll get there eventually. That's what happens sometimes. But thank you for being here. You got to keep spreading the word. You got to keep telling everybody out there in all the universe, because all the multiverses, everything out there, because we got to keep spreading the love. You got to tell your friends, your family, your uncles, your aunts, your grandmas, grandpas, grandpas, and all the grandparents all over the world that had any kind of babies in the whole world that had all their babies over your fathers, your mothers, your uncles, your dads, and all the people in the world, because they fucking subscribe. You got to subscribe. You got to tell people to subscribe. But they don't subscribe over fucking anywhere else. Got to keep subscribing. Because subscribe the chinchillas and the babies and the fucking bears and the beavers and the fucking tigers and all the fucking antelopes out there. They're fucking awesome. They're subscribing recently. I love the antelopes. They're like 300,000 subscribers. And also, who else? The anteaters. Anteaters are fucking great too. They fucking go to the ground and fucking subscribe to Kruse Control. And the gophers, they find the gophers. Gophers subscribe too. And they fucking catch them. They kiss. They make out. It's great. It's awesome. I love to watch them make out. It's weird fucking shit, but I love watching them making out. But also, like, the squirrels, of course. Squirrels are great. Rufus is my homeboy. And also, everybody that Peppy finds in the street, because Peppy's in the street every day, in and out, finding everybody to subscribe to Kruse Control. Thank you so much for being here. The dogs, the cats, all the fucking rats out there. They're fucking assholes. They eat your cheese, but they still subscribe to Kruse Control and love us so much. Thank you for being here at Kruse Control. All the woodland creatures again, and all the marsupilami and all the fucking chinchillas and bears and all the beavers and everything out there, all the fucking kangaroos. Thank you so much for being here at Kruse Control. Appreciate you always. And until Friday, everybody, thank you for being here again. And appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. Love y'all. And have a good night. Have a good hump day. And until next time, everybody, which will be, I guess, Friday, right? Already Friday. Until next time. I know it's nuts, right? Oh, wrong one. See ya.
Nope. What?